You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Hello, pet parents. This is Michelle Fern, host of Best Bets for Pets. Okay, great show for all of you animal lovers, especially dog lovers. This is really exciting, really cool product. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Pet Life Radio, the #1 pet radio network on the planet, joins forces with iHeartRadio to put the power of your pets in your pocket. Awesome. Download the iHeartRadio app and rock Pet Life Radio on your phone, on your tablet, on your Xbox, in your car. Pet talk, pet tunes, and fun pet times. Pet Life Radio and iHeartRadio. Positively Possum.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's Oh Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. Oh Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I am so excited to have with me Rocky Kanaka, and he is the creator of Dog for Dog. Welcome, Rocky.
Hey, Michelle, thank you for having me.
I'm really excited to have you because Dog for Dog, it's dog food, dog treats, but it's not your normal type of dog food, dog treats. What's so different about Dog for Dog?
Well, what's really neat about Dog for Dog is every time you buy a bag of food or you buy a bag of treats, we donate one to a dog in need. So it's a very simple premise. The whole idea is, as you know, there are 3 to 4 million dogs a year euthanized. And so it's a very simple way that everyone can get involved and help solve that problem.
And what's better than that? Individually, we can only do our share by adopting and in small ways. But this is a way that we could do something to help all these dogs in need every time we feed our dogs.
Yeah, and you hit it right on the nose. That's actually how the company got started. You know, we were out doing adoption days. I started with retail stores, and we would do rescue days. They would come to the store, and the team, you know, would all get really excited because we'd adopt 2 or 3 dogs out a day, which is so important. But very quickly, it became discouraging because for every dog we got adopted out, here were 10 more that we couldn't save. And, you know, what we really looked at is what's the problem right now, one of the largest problems, and that is shelters not having food or funds or education to help dogs. And so we said, well, I've always believed that people are good people and they want to help. And you see this all the time because you'll see that person buying an extra bag of dog food and running it to a shelter. But at the end of the day, that's not always easy, right? Sitting in traffic, having to find where the shelter is. It's often very sad to go to the shelter. So it's not something we want to get up every morning and do. So, you know, I just said, look, if you can make it simple, if whenever you buy a bag of dog food or a bag of treats, which you're already doing, if you could do it so that you knew every time you bought that, one was then going to help a dog in need, wouldn't that potentially change the problem and make a really big impact? And so we did that, and so far it's just we've been overwhelmed by the support and people just jumping in and wanting to be a part of this. So we're really excited.
Now, speaking of people that want to be a part of it, you have a few special, well-known partners that help with Dog for Dog. Who are they?
I never would have guessed that this would have happened this way. And I think when you do the right thing, it pays off. We actually had some people that came to us and said, hey, Rocky, I want to be a part of what you're doing. Can I invest and be a partner in your company? And I was just floored. So we have Michael Bublé, Chelsea Handler, the comedian, and believe it or not, Snoop Dogg.
Very interesting group of people, all very different, but all passionate about, animals, especially passionate about dogs and about what you're doing.
Yeah. When we have board meetings, it's probably one of the most interesting things I've ever been involved in. Who would ever think you could get that group of people together and have a full, hour discussion or more, all based around helping dogs in need. And everyone, when everyone comes in the room, they've got great ideas, great solutions, and then we all break and go out and talk about dog for dog as much as we can. But it's been neat because every one of those partners are involved because they have a unique story. With Chelsea Handler, she's got rescue dogs. Snoop Dogg has 11 rescue dogs. Michael Bublé and his family are heavily involved in rescue and helping getting dogs adopted all the time. So these guys they're passionate about it. It's not just something they signed up, for to look good or to try to put on a good face. They're heavily involved, and it's really neat.
Now, I do want to talk about some of the products real quick about Dog for Dog. The prices are just about on par with other, healthy treats for dogs and that sort of thing. So
That's right.
How do you do it?
Well, I'll tell you, it's not easy. When I first came up with this idea and I started, I had a lot of naysayers saying that that's a really bad idea every time you sell something to give that something away. But you know what? How we're able to do this, because if you look at our food and our treats, they're better than most treats out there. The ingredients are all natural. It's made in the USA for all of the food. And we thought, hey, if we're going to feed our dog something really high quality, a rescue dog deserves that as well. And so, I sat down and I worked backwards and said, okay, how do you go about doing this? And the only way to do this is to get all of the partners involved, from the farmer that has the chickens all the way up to the delivery company, and getting them involved in saying, hey, we need everyone to take, a little bit less money here to do the right thing. And so at the end of the day, we're able to charge, about the same prices, sometimes just a little bit more, but you're not paying double or triple the price. And it's because everyone wants to see the whole problem of dogs being euthanized solved. And this is one of the ways to help with that.
That seems like a great idea, and it's a great way to make it all work. Let's talk real quick. You have a product that I've seen a lot of products. I've done over 100 shows so far, and I've never seen this before. Dog's butter.
Oh.
I can only think it's kind of like peanut butter, but what is dog butter?
Yeah, so Dog's Butter is peanut butter designed for dogs. And it's really neat. I was over at my friend's house, and he was feeding his dog peanut butter at the same time telling me that his dog was always so gassy. And I read the ingredients on the peanut butter to him. I said, well, I think I found your problem. And so I started to put a lot of thought into that. And one of the stores called the Dog Bakery, one of the stores that I have is at the original Farmers Market in Los Angeles, and they have an old-time peanut butter churner. And as I'm thinking, I'm staring at this peanut butter churner going, man, that's interesting. Wait a minute. Why don't we just make natural peanut butter for dogs? It strips out all of the hydrogenated oil and salt and sugar and soy. And we did that and put it on the shelf, and to this day, it just flies off the shelf because dogs love peanut butter. And we've engineered a peanut butter that is all natural, that has things like flaxseed in it that's really great for dogs, coconut that helps with their skin and coat, ginger that helps with immunity and digestion. So it's fantastic. One of the best treats out there that you could give your dog because it's high in protein and doesn't have any crud in it.
It sounds great. It sounds like, is it also human grade?
It is. You could eat it. We make it in a human facility. It's classified as a pet product, but our doctors would much prefer us to eat that peanut butter than the sugar-filled peanut butter that we're usually eating. But it makes for a lot of fun. You can put it in a toy, you can in a rawhide or something along that nature. Even give your dog a spoonful of peanut butter, and it's a lot of fun for you and your dog. And we've been surprised by just all of the unique ways people use Dog's Butter. I had someone send us a video where they line their bathtub with Dog's Butter. So when they're giving their dog a bath, their dog is worried more about the dog's butter than the bath.
Okay, that's great. That's a great idea. Yeah. And I'm wondering if that would work with cats.
I don't know. I mean, we obviously love cats. I don't know if they're peanut butter fans, but it'd be interesting to find out.
That would be a great way to wash your cat because my cat's kind of dog-like, but that's a challenge. I don't know if I'm going to go for that. But you had won an award this year at the Global Pet Expo, correct?
Yes, I will tell you, we were humbled and taken back. These awards are generally won by Goliaths. They're won by big companies that have been around for decades that put, just throw all kinds of money at it. And it doesn't mean they don't have good products, but they put a lot of weight into it. So for the underdog to win Best New Product for Dogs Food hasn't been done in over 5 years. Of food hasn't won this category. And for a brand new company that hasn't been around but for a year or two, was pretty astonishing. And it boils down to one thing, and that's that everyone got behind it because they want to help and they want to make a difference. And that's, yes, the food is award-winning because of its ingredient panel and how healthy it is, but more so because people want this to work and they want to be a part of it.
Now, speaking of making it work and be a part of it, we're going to talk about a special contest, so stick around. But before then, Dog for Dog can be found online, of course. But where else can people find Dog for Dog products?
Well, so first you can go to your local store in your community. So if you have a mom and pop store, it's there. It can also be found at great retailers like Petco, Target, a lot of locations, and you can visit our website and just go to locations, and that way you can find an area close by you.
Okay, and dogfordog.com?
Correct.
Okay, now let's talk about something really exciting. You have a great contest going on right now. Can you tell our listeners about it?
Yes. So we have a really exciting contest where we said, we want to grab a shelter and feed that shelter for an entire year. So let's set a goal. Let's sell about 100,000 pounds of food. So we need everyone to go buy dogs food. And then we're going to take that 100,000 pounds of food and we're going to donate that and help a shelter for an entire year, which is just truckloads of food. And the shelter, it would be one of their saving graces, because to have that, they struggle with that all year, figuring out how they're going to feed dogs all a year. And to have that taken care of and supplied, it would just be a major blessing to them. So first, how everyone can get involved. Go online to dogfordog.com or visit our Facebook, which is just /dogfordog, and nominate your shelter that you'd like to win. So far, we've had a lot of celebrities and athletes nominating their shelters. So it's been really neat. So go check that out. Nominate a shelter out of your hometown or one that's really important to you. And second, go online or go to local stores and buy a bag of food. Even if it's just one bag, it makes such an impact to this rescue that you'll be able to follow throughout the year. Next week, nominate now, because next week we'll start the voting. So we'll select the finalists, and then we'll get everyone involved to vote for the shelter that you'd like to receive food for an entire year.
That's wonderful. And listeners, you can find out more on this episode about Dog for Dog and also a link to the website as well. Rocky, thank you so much for coming on Best Bets for Pets and telling all of the listeners about the great products that Dog for Dog has, as well as the great contest. I wish you so much luck with it, and what a great thing you're doing.
You know what, and I can't thank you enough for having us on the show, giving us the opportunity to talk about Dog for Dog and how we can all make a difference, and believing in this. It really means a lot to me, so thank you so much.
Rocky, thank you so much for coming on Best Bets for Pets. We are so excited to learn about all the great things Dog for Dog does. Listeners, you can find out more about this segment on the episode page, and make sure to hurry up and enter your favorite shelter for the contest. If you miss the contest, pick up a treat, some dog's butter, some food from Dog for Dog. You are doing something wonderful for all those dogs in shelters just by buying some food or a snack for your fur baby. What a difference you're making. Thank you so much, and keep listening. We have lots of great shows coming up.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.